Just getting some honeycomb, honeycomb, honeycomb. Look at all the honeycomb. Da-dee-da-dee-dee. Oh, hi there. I wasn't paying attention. Hello and welcome to episode 1. The actual, oh gosh dang, I know this stuff won't despawn, it's fine, but I still want to grab it, and let me get away from all the bees, they're kind of noisy. But yeah, hey, welcome to episode 1. I hope you enjoyed I don't even want to call them 2 episodes, it's more like 1.5 episodes, because one of them wasn't even really an episode. And I do apologize for like how they were structured. I really wasn't sure what else to do. Mostly due to the fact that okay, I gotta get away from these guys. They're so noisy. Mostly due to the fact so much time had passed between then, and I really hadn't gotten all that much done. If you're curious about how I have full armor down at the bottom, but am not wearing anything, I'm using a model, an armor hider thing. It's all right here. I have full diamond gear finally. You know, it's all good. We're fine on the diamond gear kind of bit. Anyways, for episode 1, I know exactly what we're gonna do. Oh, hey, look, you can see it when I'm standing in front of a chest. Heck yeah. Okay, cool. I want to build up our starter house. I've been basically living out in the open for like I know I say 4 weeks, like, and technically in a way it's been 4 weeks. It hasn't actually really been 4 weeks, I think. I think it's been more like 3.5, maybe. It's really, really hard to tell. But or rather it's hard for me to know. But I can't wait to get started on the starter base. This is actually why it took me so long. So if I come over here, you'll see these were the original blocks I was planning on using. I was going to use a lot of purples and coppers and some other stuff, but I decided about halfway through that I didn't want to use purple. I didn't want to use purple. I mean, look, you see this bear on my back? We got to stick with bear stuff it's for a while, you know? And I think I had like 2 hives, and I knew there was another one over there, and so it's like, you know what? Let's go with honey. And so I just walked out and collected a bunch of bee nests, and then made some hives, and just like bred them up until we had a good amount. So that took me a while. I'm hoping that I have I know this technically isn't actually enough to really get done what I want to do, but I'm hoping it will at least allow me to get something started. Hey, there's a donkey up there. Usually what's up there is a pillager raid party that just walks down from the top of the mountain, and they just do, and then just walk straight through my fields. I have to go stand over it. When I didn't have armor, I had to go stand over to the side or anything. Some other things that definitely did not get shown during those episodes. I'm not gonna go over there just yet, but I'm gonna see if I can't see it from here. Yeah, you see that stone block thing over there surrounded by logs? That's a very, very, very small like villager trading center thingy. I think I've got like 6 villagers in there. And I really just did that so I could have mending on my tools. And also so I could like trade crops for emeralds and essentially experience. That was one of the big things. I needed lots and lots of experience because enchanting is a royal pain. We'll probably go over there later in this episode, but for the most part, I want to get my starter base put up there, and that's where we're going to be building. We're going to build it all the way up here. I've been collecting all sorts of resources in order to try and hopefully get it up there. I haven't built it in creative. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do it completely. I have an idea in my head. I did use a tiny amount of creative to sort of figure out how I wanted it to maybe look a tiny amount. But for the most part, this is all just going to be, hey, this is kind of what I'm going to build. This is what I want it to look like. Okay, there's a lot of animals up here. So I'm just going to start taking out some layers here so we can actually have a location to build it up on and see if I can't, you know, at least get started on something. So I'm no longer living out in the open. I'll be able to give myself a storage room, stuff like that. So let's get started. there was a voxy issue that caused me to like turn voxy completely. Oh, come on. I am getting so tired of these signs. I had to leave or turn off voxy just in order to record that time lapse. Was great. Okay. I don't think I have anything else to really bring with me right now. Because I still have... It's going to take me a while to sort it all out and get everything where I want it to go, so... I think I might have a spot I can put clay. Let's take a look-see. Let's do the grand tour of this very unfinished place. But hey, on the plus side, it's got a back. It's an unfinished back, but it still has a back. Oh, I just noticed that this needs to actually be sticking out rather than flush with the wall. I'll fix that later. I'll fix it later, but got a wonderful staircase. Before I go up the staircase, let me go down here. This is going to be an expansion. Probably where we're going to put some automated farms and everything, because I'm going to be here a lot more than likely. And we go up the staircase. I love the staircase. And here we are on the first floor. This is probably where I'm going to sleep. I'm probably going to put my bed, like, right in here. Or something similar. And then this will be where the stairs go to get up to the second floor. This is not how we're going to be getting up to the next floor. Floor 2 has not been designed, but I'm very likely going to do, like, some kind of furnace array, probably over here. A small one. Here we go for another spot for an expansion. I'm definitely not going to have just one. For the record, this is very rough around the edges. I haven't done any of the polishing except for, like, the bottom floor, but here's where all our storage is going to be. I'm going to put, like, glass somewhere, like, way up in the sky or something similar above this, because I don't want the snow. Like, when it snows, I don't want the snow falling down in here. I'll have to figure out something, but hey, look, you can see... you can see my armor. Let me just turn that off, actually. Yeah, I think anything will let me do it, right? No. Where is... Ah, come on. Video settings. All the way... No, it's not video settings. What is it? Yeah, here we go. Scene customization. There we go. It looks a little... It doesn't look as nice. Okay, so... I feel like clay would go there, maybe. What else would I put in this one? You know what? Wait. This is extra. I don't have place for extra, so we'll just store that. This is where I'm just putting random bits and bobs up here at the moment that I haven't sorted yet. I'll be moving all of this around between the next episode, and I'll get this sorted out so I can actually, you know, I'll have the wall of chests. But yeah, look, we can just go through, and okay, that one's empty at the moment. That's probably going to be for nether stuff. You can kind of see where I'm going with everything. And I'll get it all sorted out and properly done. When we get shulker boxes, we'll make use of shulker boxes inside of chests as well. Now, so why did I stop about, most of the way through this? Well, I want to do it slowly over time. I needed some place to just live. Originally, I was only going to do this floor. And then I kind of just got in a building mood and went ahead and did the other two. But it looks very odd from a distance. But I've got stuff that I need to get done, that I really want to get done. And it's all got to do with those guys that are way over there in that box. In that box you can see in the distance. Well, not those guys specifically. I mean, I'm going to bring them over as well, but I want a villager breeding pen and to set up a mini iron farm out here somewhere, probably over there. Well, maybe not over there. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I might tear down that tree section right there and turn that into it. Villager section over there, probably. Um, a large part of that is I need. I know I don't need nearly as much iron as I think I do, but I want to automate these. I'm gonna definitely put those like underground in like the uh the the staircase expansion, the lowercase section. This will definitely going underground, and I want to automate it, and I want to be able to provide it with all the shears it needs. I'll have one side that's got shears, and then the other side that'll have glass bottles. And that's kind of expensive. It's just a little expensive. So I'm gonna go ahead and move all of the villagers over, as many as I can find, and I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do in terms of getting a villager breeder going along with an iron farm. Yeah, I'm just gonna make use of that spot over there because I have another spot that I'm gonna put trees and everything in a moment. So give me just a second while I go and get some villagers and everything going. Woohoo! Whee! I gotta do minecart stuff like way more often. I think this is gonna be how we're gonna transport ourselves around all the time. Yeah, Elytra are great and everything, but gosh dang, nothing beats like a minecart system, I feel like. I don't know. Okay, it works now. Kind of, sort of. I replaced the what's this? The what was that called? The green one, the one with the green shirt. They're nitwits, right? Nitwits. I replaced the nitwit that was up there because he kept getting angry over everything. I just put him in a boat and took him out that way because I was kind of lazy. I say that as if that's not the most annoying way of doing things, but essentially the nitwit, after after 3 villagers had been popped out, he stopped wanting to do anything. He just kept getting angry and angry and angry every time. And so I just decided, you know what, let's get one of these fresh ones from down here and see if that helps. And it did. So now we can go ahead and make the iron farm. Yippee! And I've decided that there's an area of this, like, of this entire little base setup I've got going on here that I've completely neglected and didn't even think about using until, recently. Super recently. If we just walk on up here. As in, I just realized this. It's the next day for me, basically. And I just happened to walk over here and then look down. It was like, oh. Yeah, I feel like I could totally build like an iron farm down there. As long as it still functions. That's the key thing. I have to make sure it functions. Or it will function down there. Because I don't think the villager breeder works from over in here. Like, if I'm in my actual base, I don't think the villager breeder works. I haven't been able to test it because, well, it's very manual. I have to go and manually feed them. So, you know, it's a bit of a pain. The other location that I could just use is that over there, but I really need to find a good spot for this. Oh, wait, no. Over here. Over here would be perfect. I'm going to clean this area up a little bit in terms of I'm just going to make it a little bit more iron farm friendly, because this should be, actually no, this is where I should put the villager breeder, because it's going to be really close and it doesn't take up much space. It's not even a very good villager breeder. I'm gonna make a better one. I just needed something that worked enough to get me enough villagers for an iron farm and maybe a second villager breeder later. Okay, so where would I want to put the iron farm then? I'm gonna just think about it and then get back to you guys. That didn't take much time. I just activated the cheaty free cam. I don't usually like using this, but I needed a kind of a bird's eye view. And I just looked over here and I'm like, oh, I mean, if you look at this, this is a pretty, it's pretty flat. So I could make use of that pretty easily. It's not that big, and it's not too far away. I feel like it wouldn't load. Yeah, that's much further. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna put down a bed. I'm just gonna throw a random bed down over there, and we'll see. We'll see if I can still see it from up here or not. I need to plug in this hole I had over here, because I think that's a pretty good indicator of whether it's still functioning or not. Because the villagers in that don't move. They really don't move. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I feel like if I'm outside of range, they won't load at all. They're still moving, even though the bed isn't visible. So it should be fine. I just need to get me some wool now, which means I need some shears. Oh, I think I left the shears over here. I'm just doing a super simple design. Every design for the villager breeder and the iron farm I'm going to use, I source from somewhere else. I will link to the videos that I pulled them from in the description. And not like mostly because I don't want to sit down and be like, oh yeah, these are their design. I don't know if it's their design. It could be somebody else's design, and then they're just, you know, reposting it for all I know. I don't really want to give credit unless I'm 100% certain that they deserve the credit. I'm just going to repurpose this line a little bit, because it kind of does lead where I need it to go already. I just... All right, this will work. Okay, now let me go ahead and get this all set up so I will be able to, you know, have iron. Have iron. Unlimited iron. So I don't have to worry about it ever again. Well, I mean, it'll run low, but I can just build a better one later. Either way, let's get started. Well, I'd say it works. I let it run while it was at work. And, I mean, you know, it's not an amazing amount. But, it is free iron. It is very free iron. And it is... So I did double check. I can load that from up there. I can load this from all the way up there, which is where I would be AFKing a lot, apparently. It's really hard for me to get killed from in there. And also... the villagers over there, the breeder, whatever, the villager breeder box over there that I set up, I've upgraded it slightly. Will also function from up there, so I don't have to move them, which is good, because I really was not looking forward to having to build another one. I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult to do so, but I really didn't want to if I didn't have to. Villagers are a pain, as I'm sure you're all aware. Let me just show you how this works. This is so simple. I'm not gonna bother like showing off how I built it. Like, there's no point. It's just 5 villagers underneath it, 5 beds, some torches, and then like, walls with water that pushes the golems into lava, and then you just, you know, you just path block the whole thing around it so they can only spawn inside that area, and that's it. It's that simple. It's really, really, really easy. So really, really, we didn't have much. I legitimately just found the simplest ones I could for both, because I did not have. I could dedicate a lot of time to building a big one, but I don't need a big one right now. I mean, we're on episode freaking 1. I'm on episode freaking 1, and look at this. I've got a villager breeder and a decent iron farm to get me started. Like, I'm not big on the farms. I know it looks like I'm big on the automatic farms, but it's more of, I need lots of honeycomb/honey, so I'm gonna need the iron from this for all the shears. And for honey, I need glass. Glass you can trade for from villagers. That's what that's for. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but there's like no sand around me. I know that there is a desert somewhere, but it's kind of far away, and I don't want to tear up the island I live on. If I'm going to get sand, I'm going to go off of the island, find a desert way out there, and then use that as a mining desert kind of thing. Until I can do that, which would require probably the nether and also elytra, so I can go very far, I'm legitimately stuck with whatever resources I find on this island, and I don't want to destroy the island. I might terraform it somewhat, not this first place. This first like city/town I'm gonna build, I'm not gonna terraform around it. I want to use as much as the natural terrain around here as possible, because I really like the way this looks, and I think that using natural terrain sometimes, it just makes things a bit more of a challenge. The other location that I like after I finish off this area, that I'm thinking of using a lot of the natural terrain, but probably also terraforming some of it, is this area I didn't even know existed until like yesterday. And if you just look at that, look at how freaking cool this is. Oh my goodness, great. I know I'm using the cheaty free cam again, but you really cannot, like, this is the kind of thing you'd expect somebody to build on their own. I never expected to see, like, 2 arches like this along with something in the center in just natural vanilla Minecraft terrain. This right here, this mountain looks freaking amazing. So I can't wait to get building on this. Oh, hey, look, you can see how it's kind of messed up over here. But, I think that's just the limits of what I have everything set to. But, okay. Let's see. Let's go hang out with the bees. But that should just about do it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in, and please leave a comment. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe. I want comments rather than likes and subscribes. Come on, comment. Tell me something. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what you want to see more of. Tell me what you want to see less of. Just, give me something to work with. I need more information. I just want to hear your opinions on things. Stuff like that. A like and subscribe doesn't tell me anything. If you want to see me do something dumb, let me know. Either way, that's going to do it. I am planning on streaming from this Sunday. Actually, that would be tomorrow. So by the time this video goes live, I will be streaming tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time, as long as I don't get called in for work. Either way, I'll see you all later. You have a wonderful time, and that's going to do it. Bye-bye.